What's going on? Back plugged in again with your boy the Prophet Man, and so today I have you guys back plugged in again for another very special Bleach Bracelet video, highly requested as well. This will be the best of everything tier list, so we have everything rounded up into one tier list. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of crazy time on each specific unit, but there are 52 units here, so you could just say that these are the 50 best units in the game right now. I actually do have the categories ordered from strongest to weakest. Auto and PvP, they're kind of their own thing. Like this is just how the list is, put together. I do want to say, power has been the most stacked attribute for a long time. 6th anniversary Aizen was the best character. So before him, I would say maybe Heart was overpowered, but now, once again, the best character in the game is a power character, and yeah, we're gonna start there. But before we do that, I just kind of want to go over a little overview. Power and Heart are absolutely amazing. Technique is pretty much a two-way deadlock. It's a deadlock between Arba Kichigo and Safui Retsu. Safui Retsu, in my personal opinion, is definitely above Arba Kichigo for standard PvE content, but in something like, because first of all, she hits harder than him, and she has a double damaging strong attack, which is a distant AoE charge attack, which does come with a heal. But Arba Kichigo, he has a better nuke and he has more mobility. So Arba Kichigo is significantly better in Guild Quest because he has one of the top 5 or 6 nukes in the game right now, having bombardment with weakening. So definitely that's where kind of the whole deadlock between these two is, and they're truly interchangeable. I would literally say that Safui Retsu and Arba Kichigo are both #1 respectively. They're sharing the 1 and 2 spot respectively, so you can literally do what you want, say what you want with this. As far as speed goes, speed is being carried hard by stats and skills. The kits of these speed characters are not very good, okay? They're not very good, and it's very unfortunate, okay? These are all still pretty damn good characters, and stats and skills are very important. Then going down to Mine definitely needed the most help. I mean, as far as kits go, when you're just looking around, say Mine probably a little bit better than Speed, but man, the characters in Mine are they're lacking other things. If they have good kits, then they don't have status elements. I'm looking at you, Noel and Daddy Ichigo. Auto units, Sasuke Aizen taking it. PvP, Yuhabak taking it as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the list. So talking about power, this is the best character in the game. I don't really think there's a debate about that, but I digress. Shigekune Yamamoto, the best character in the game. This character has an insane damage output, and let's just go over this right now. If a character doesn't have weakening, they are going to be lacking when it comes compared to characters that do have it. Weakening is a 50% debuff. And we have other debuffs like weaken defense, and they both stack. But yeah, this character does have weakening on his soul bomb, okay? He has bombardment, he has spiritual pressure boost plus 80%, and he has weakened defense. He has the most busted, crushing, overpowered soul bomb / nuke in the entire game. Not to mention that he does 40% extra damage to weakened enemies and 40% extra damage to burning enemies, which is absolutely monumentally insane. This character gets a 160% damage magnifier the second he procs a status element for 10 seconds. Let's not forget, his second strong attack is on an 8-second cooldown, okay? So it has over 50 hits. So basically, to put this in perspective, you're almost always indefinitely going to have that spiritual pressure boost. You might not have it for a couple seconds before it procs again, but just know that this is the best character in the entire game. Best character in the game, best nuke, best kit. It all belongs to him. All right. Taking a look second, Bruno Bangknife. This character did kind of lead the way with the whole bombardment plus weakening meta in Guild Quest and whatnot. He actually does have one of the only double damaging first strong attacks, being a 40% range collision theme, if you will. So he actually, I would say that 40% range collision strong attack is probably maybe the third or second best first strong attack possible. It lacks consistency when it comes to piercing multiple waves, but whatever you line up in front of you, they're getting trucked for maximum damage. And I can guarantee you his first strong attack is going to hit harder than his second and third almost consistently, okay? They're going to move on to the Safui Kenpachi. This dude is an absolute tank. He has weakening with some insane magnifications. He has 40% full stamina damage as an innate skill, on top of having Frenzy +2. He does also come with Havoc and Marauder and Ailment Reversal. His damage output is really insane. He's also another character that does have weakening. So yeah, man, he's going to absolutely destroy content when it comes down to it. This Safui Kisuke, he does have the best second strong attack in the game, being a distant AoE to homing vortex, same as this Yamamoto and this Aizen, as well as a couple of other people. His biggest thing for me personally is that he does not have weakening. He does have laceration and paralysis, right? So what spiritual pressure boosts 80%? If he was built exactly the same and he had weakening instead of like lacerate, he would be significantly higher on this list, okay? Because weakening is going to amplify your soul bomb damage consistently, as well as all of your strong attacks once you debuff enemies. So this character, his weakest point is his first strong attack, which is the 18% magnification. It's better to just have overall more raw damage, okay? Looking at 5th anniversary Ichigo, still one of the cream of the crop characters in the game for his attribute and killer. He does have extra mobility with triple flash step. He does have a double damaging third strong attack, being a distant AoE charge attack with weakening, 960 second, and then a lunge first. So very good kit. He also has Marauder and all the bells and whistles. He does not have stuff like bombardment or spiritual pressure boost, things like that. So he did get kind of, power crept by some units, but he's still very, very amazing. Mama Rukia, Bankai mechanic, which gives her disabler on all enemies after she transforms. Very good, one of the most powerful skills in the game. She was kind of sold short by not having Marauder, but at the end of the day, she's still a god tier character, and she has not been usurped for her certain weeks of guild quest. This Toshiro, honestly, man, I almost slept on it because I kind of forgot how great he is. He has a 3k link beam. He has the same second strong attack as someone like Safui Retsu or this Noelle. It's that suction to like range collision attack. It does extend 1200 radius in front. Has a really crazy AoE for sure. And his first strong attack is literally god tier. Okay, so he has a very good kit, man. His damage output is very surprising. For sure, his kit is very good. And this character is not to be slept on. He does come with the potion link slot ability for technique. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the 6th anniversary Aizen, who is still holding it down as the best heart character in the entire game. This Yoruichi, she does have a higher damage output overall, but Aizen does have way better crowd control. He has a way better utility, being that he is literally probably like the best SP autoer in the entire game, being that he has weakening and drain. This man comes back to life like a zombie, okay? I've seen him heal from 1 HP to full HP in one strong attack. It's absolutely insane. He literally had the best kit possible, and the reason that this Yamamoto is basically so much better is because he got the same kit with updated stats and skills, as he should be. Like, if 6th anniversary Aizen was still the best character in the game, then I wouldn't really say a lot for the characters that came out. It does help that they're different killers. So the 6th anniversary Aizen, one of the most god tier characters in the entire game. Safui Yoruichi, very great character. She has one of the best nukes in the game. She does not have bombardment, but she does have spiritual pressure boost 80% with devastation, and she does have weakening. Okay, so she has an insanely strong soul bomb, and she is one of the better soul bombs in the game. I would say more like top 10 soul bombs. She has a very good kit. She doesn't have like the double damaging strong attacks that Aizen has or that some of the other characters have, but she does have the best skill in the game, which is going to give her a 10% chance to proc status elements as long as she has attribute advantage. So any mind attribute enemy, she's going to be proccing status elements like a buffoon, okay? And she's wasted, right? Next, we have the Nini Spangled. The Christmas version comes with Frenzy +2, as well as the Innervator, which allows her to proc weakening every 5 seconds at a random chance to enemies on the field. The best first strong attack in the game being a 3K link beam. Her second is not very good. It's a crawling vortex. You know, it's a slow strong attack, right? It's the damage is spread out into multiple hits rather than being all at once, and it's not a double damaging strong attack like Aizen or Yamamoto. But she is still a very good character. Frenzy +2 with weakening. You can never sleep on that. This swimsuit Isane is very insane. Her damage output is very good. She does have a distant AoE charge attack, her third strong attack, which does heal you. So very good utility and actual damage output. She does come with paralysis on everything except for that third. Her kit is decent. She has a beam and then a lunge, and then she has the distant AoE charge attack third. Arena Momo, a very, very great character. She has a God kit. Her second strong attack is a barrier heal, which does have multi-barriers. So she's going to give herself 5 barriers. She gives her teammates 3. So it's very hard to die with this character on your team. She's healing you and giving you, you know, immunity for multiple hits every 20 seconds. So very good kit, very good utility and usability. She's a great character. Cat Pharaoh Warren Shuhei. I've always been torn between him and Senjumaru because Senjumaru is way better for Inheritance Trial. She does have a better kit, but that her second strong attack is a barrier move. It has a elongated cooldown of 20 seconds, but she has a 3K link being first strong attack, and she does come equipped with Disabler on Killer, as well as this Toshiro, which I did forget to mention that. Disabler on Killer for her as well, and the best first strong attack possible. And she does have the utility of, you know, being able to help her teammates by shielding them. That does proc every 20 seconds. But this Shuhei, however, he doesn't have as good of a kit. He has a lunging first strong attack and a 750 strong attack, which does lock him in place for the first seconds of activation. I'm not really a huge fan of that strong attack, but there are definitely way worse ones, right? But where he shines is he has one of the better soul bombs in the game. He's going to be around the top 10 area as well because he has the debuff mechanic with weakening on his soul bomb. So you can't sleep on him in that regard. Now we're down to Tech, Arbukichigo, and Retsu, pretty much holding it down. The biggest difference between these two characters is like I said, man, Retsu just has a way better kit. She has the best first strong attack in the entire game. Her second is one of the best second strong attacks in the game. I really am a fan of this second strong attack. It's the range collision, the melee collision that extends 1200 radius in front of her. Her first is way better than his. And then he has a better second, but hers has a more AoE, right? His has more straight up consistent damage. And, you know, they both do have weakening. She has devastation. He has the bombardment. But she has a double damaging strong attack being a third. So, you know, it just depends on what game modes you're playing. As I said, man, I'm just going to switch these two around. There's literally no wrong answer when it comes to these two. It literally comes down to what game modes you value the most. Ichigo is more mobile as well. He has 3 flash steps with the long stride. And yeah, he is one of the best Guild Quest nukers in the game. Spirit Society Grimmjow is absolutely insane. Okay, Frenzy +2. He has a very good kit. Very high damage output with weakening. There is nothing missing with this character. On top of, he is a super link slot character. So without Killer, he's the best super link slot character in the game. Frenzy +2 with weakening and very good strong attacks. Machine Society Nemu. You know, she had Disabler on Killer with absolute God kit. She has a 3K link beam first strong attack, a 960 second strong attack, and a distant AoE third, which is one of the best kits that you could put together for sure. Amazing kit. Very great character. This Kusaka, he has a very good kit as well. God kit. He has the 3K link beam first, a 960 second, and he has the same exact third as 5th anniversary Byakuya, and he has freeze on everything. Pretty solid magnifications. He does pass on 20% strong attack damage to any technique Soul Reaper. Very great character. Arena Okiura. Good character as well. He does come with 40% Berserker with a strong attack damage link. So he has 60% Berserker built into him, and he does have strong attack recharge in his skills, but he is a strong attack damage link. He has a pretty good kit. His third is an 1170. It's an AoE, which is my personal favorite third strong attack, but his has like a really slow activation. He has to like lift in the air and like shoot this arrow. It's the slowest 1170 I've ever seen, but still weakening on everything. Soul bomb hits really hard, so you can never, you know, you can't count this character out. This Arena Kisuke, pretty solid. You know, he does have a lacerator, and he does come with damage to lacerate enemies 40%. Where he kind of lacks is that his first strong attack is at 18% range collision, but he does come with long stride and poise as well. So, you know, his second is a 960, which is the best second strong attack in the game, omitting the 960 to homing vortex. Has a 40 berserker, so having 40 berserker with a status element is pretty good. And overall, man, he's just a very good character, held back by his first strong attack. All right, now we're going to talk about our resounding pride, 7th anniversary Uryu. This character was the first, he's the originator, the OG of the gauge mechanic. He does actually come with increased status element chance against all power enemies. So as long as he has attribute advantage, he's going to be inflicting status elements. So he does have weakening and drain. He is still one of the best nukers in the game. His damage output is absolutely insane. Friendly +2, and he also comes equipped with team party speed character strong attack damage 20%. So he does come with that utility. It's not like locked behind an affiliation. So every single speed character is going to get 20% more strong attack damage when he's in a party. He also does have a debuff mechanic on his soul bomb, making it hit that much harder, as well as the second highest mobility possible with triple flash steps and long stride. This is a very great character. He does have a legit full screen second strong attack. I would literally say this is maybe the second, third best second strong attack in the entire game. But you got to think about it. He lunges forward and then pops the SA full screen around him. He has a 3K link beam first strong attack and a full screen third. The gauge mechanic gives him 100% berserker, okay? And he's going to get that once or twice a quest after he builds that up, depending on how long the quest is. This is one of the best characters in the game. Christmas Noel. This character is held back a little bit by a first strong attack. It is at 18% range collision, which I really do not like. It's a bad strong attack. But her second strong attack is really good. It's that suction collapsing strong attack with a melee collision to range collision that extends 1200 AoE out. And she does have a full screen third. She has the first character with spiritual pressure boost plus 80%, bombardment, and weakening. Okay, she had the strongest soul bomb in the game before this Ichigo came out and before this Yamamoto came out. So, you know, she does have double killer as well. Asashiro, he does have a 30% range collision for a strong attack. I'm not sure which is worse, the 30% or the 18%. However, he has lacerate, which is standalone by itself one of the worst ailments in the entire game. You still can die. There's no protection from your team when you proc drain. He has the same second as this Noel and a full screen third. He does come with bombardment, so he's a very insane character in that regard. He does have 40 berserker with frenzy as well as spiritual pressure boost 80%. So he's going to hit really hard. If this dude had weakening though instead of drain, he would be way higher. He'd be way higher. So, you know, he is a very good character. He was just kind of let down by a couple things, his first strong attack and then the ailment that they chose to give him. Other than that, he's a really good character and one of the best speed characters in the game. Alright, now we're going to talk about the Spirit Society version of Ichigo. This character is actually pretty good. He could have been a lot better if his kit was better, but you know, he does come equipped with some insane stats and skills. Double status elements being burn and weakening. And he does have team party soul reaper damage, strong attack damage plus 20% as long as he's on the team. So as well as increased status element chance when he has killer, which is hollows, and he has sharpshooter as well. So this guy's really good. Frenzy +2. His kit isn't like super crazy though. That's kind of the only thing that holds him back. Overall, though, he is still one of the best speed characters in the game. He does come equipped with the 18% range collision for a strong attack, and he does have the same exact second strong attack as Asashiro and Noel. Pretty solid. Once again, like these other three characters, held back massively by that first strong attack. He's carried massively by stats and skills, but he's still a very good character. 5th anniversary Byakuya, bombardment and his second strong attack are literally saving this guy for real. Even when he came out, he only had 40% berserker without a status element, when 6th anniversary Ichigo got 60% berserker with the weakening. So that never really made sense to me. He should have had at least 60% berserker. Bazz, man, this character gets memed on so hard. He really gets shit when he shouldn't though. He's a very good Arankar killer for speed. He has a lunging first strong attack at 960, and he has a charge attack third, which is a double damage strong attack. It is a circle AoE charge attack being 1080 radius rather than being 1200 radius or, you know, distant, right? but that doesn't take away that this character has Disabler on Killer, which gives him a 10% chance to proc status elements as long as he's facing Power Ronkar. Better kit than most of these people, but I don't know. I guess either just don't have the cool factor. I don't know. People just don't like the circle AoE charge attacks. Make sure you guys win. Let me know about that in the comment section. But very good character. This Ishin does have read hollow dodges, so there's a floor for him in Senkai mode that I'm sure a lot of us use him with. This character does come equipped with God Kit, 3K Link Beam first, 960 second, and a full screen third. Very good, very solid. Read hollow dodges. Pretty much as simple as that. Very good character though. He just got outdated in power crit, but he still will work very well for clan most content. Moving on to mine, we have the 7th anniversary Ichigo, your best mine character in the game. This character does have the 2nd strongest soul bomb or nuke in the entire game. Spectral pressure boost plus 80% with double status elements with sharpshooter. Once again, like some of the other characters, he is held back a little bit by his first strong attack. It's like this cross attack and it is a range collision. So you have to get extremely close to the enemies, but it can be beneficial in some cases, like when you proc paralysis, get up on them, drop that first, it's going to be an insane amount of damage, okay? Second best soul bomb in the game, completely stacked when it comes to stats and skills. The only minor thing that you can say about this character is his first strong attack, and it still gets the job done. So at the end of the day, he's still definitively the best mine character in the game. Absolutely one of the best in the entire game. Now we're going to take a look at this Lisa. She's actually really crazy. She's actually super crazy. Double status element. She does have Quincy Killer, so that does kind of hold her back. But she does come equipped with Team Party Mine characters. Strong attack damage 20%. So she's going to give 20% to any mine character with as far as their strong attack damage. Very good. She has increased element chance against all heart enemies. Okay, like she has really crazy stats and skills. Spiritual pressure boost plus 80%. Like they basically threw in everything with this character, including a 40 berserker with frenzy plus 1. Well, her status element, she has paralysis and lacerate. She does have a shotgun beam, 12k by 12k, and her second strong attack is the 750 to 750 strong attack. It's the exact same second strong attack as like Bankai Shuhei or as Arba Ichigo, his first strong attack. That's her second strong attack. As far as that goes, very good character, and obviously she has a full screen third. Was the best mine character until this Ichigo came out and usurped her, rightfully so. Now we're going to take a look at Daddy Ichigo. I always talk about Daddy Ichigo and Noel together because to me they're pretty much interchangeable. Just depends on what content that you're particularly doing at the time. Ichigo does offer more to the team though because he does give you a boost, but he does that at the cost of his own efficiency, being that, you know, his second strong attack is going to be on a 20-second cooldown compared to an 8-second cooldown. Him and Noah have the exact same kit. She has higher base magnifications, but he has sharpshooter and he does have a bombardment on his soul bomb. So, like I said, for guild quest, he's going to be more useful for sure, bro. So, it's safe to go ahead and put Daddy Ichigo over Noah because she might clear standard content like a little bit faster depending on the situation, but overall, he's going to be more useful. And a 3k link beam first strong attack, 960 second strong attack, full screen third. She actually has frenzy plus an additional 80% strong attack damage, being that she has full stamina damage on top of her magnifications. So a very hard-hitting character, and if she had status elements, then she would still be like right at the top. Also, if she had guard break, you know, you could say that, you know, that would be another thing that would just put her over Daddy Ichigo, but she doesn't. Take a look at the Can't Figure on Word alternate Bankai Shinji. This character does have insane damage output. He has weakening with complete status immunity, so that's going to make him very useful for autoing or just for doing IT in general. And of course, he has weakening with devastation, so it's going to make his soul bomb hit very hard. As far as his kit, it's solid, but it's not necessarily my favorite strong attack combination put together, but he's still a very good character and one of the top 5 characters for the mine attribute. The swimsuit Nelio, she does have this thing where she has the same strong attacks twice. She has a 750 strong attack as her first and a 750 as her second. And she does have drain with 40% additional strong attack damage when she's at full health. Then she has additional damage to enemies when they're afflicted by drain. So she's pretty hard, but if the enemies resist drain, then her whole kit is kind of like shot in the foot. Very solid character all around, and she has a super pot skill, so that makes her infinitely more useful than most of the characters on the list. Take a look at Candace, one of my personal favorite characters for a long time. Paralysis, and she has demigod kit, which I call that the lunge first strong attack, 960 second, and then that goes into a full screen third strong attack. Process on everything. She does come with triple flash step, so if you give her long stride, she's going to be zooming, as well as something like damage to paralyzed enemies will help her a lot, or full stamina damage. But you know, she's one of the best Rancor killers for mine. And you know, she's held her spot for a very long time, and I will say a couple more mine characters and she's not going to be in the top 7. She just got bumped out of the top 5 recently, but she's still an overall amazing character. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into the auto category. Now, just to make this clear, this is autoing the hardest content in the game. So basically autoing something like Inheritance Trial. If you're trying to do that, it's almost mandatory that you have to have a barrier move, okay? And we have characters like this Aizen and this Jushiro and this Soifon who have multi-barrier. So that's going to give them 5 hits that they can tank, and it's going to give their teammates 3 hits that they can tank. This is going to massively, dramatically increase your success rate for autoing something like Inheritance Trial. Range flurry characters are significantly better autoers than melee. They can do their damage from longer range and stay safe. At the end of the day, man, this Aizen has a gauge mechanic, multi-barrier, booster. Like, he's absolutely insane. Without a doubt, the best flurry character in the entire game. As well as he has a 40% bruiser, flurry, guard break plus hidden enemies, increased status element chance against speed enemies, and he also has status element attack boost 80%. So this guy is insane. He's on a whole nother level when it comes to autoing content. He has a status element, which is very good for something like Inheritance Trial. This athlete Jushiro, pretty much every single thing I said about the Aizen, minus a few things. So he does have multi-barrier with the boost. He's ranged. He has drain on everything, which actually is very good on normal attack based characters versus strong attack based characters. Drain is very good. Multi-barrier absolutely helped this character destroy, as well as he does have flurry, of course, and being ranged. Same with Masaki. She does have boost barrier, not multi-barrier though, and she's ranged. So I would definitely weigh her higher than Soifon, who has multi-barrier and boost with double status elements. But Masaki is still an extremely safe autoer, very high normal attack damage values, and yeah, she does not have a status element, but as I said, she has boost plus barrier, which makes her very, very safe and one of the best autoers in the game, even still to this day. Taking a look at the Spirits Are Forever With You Beyond Bankai Soifon, she does have paralysis and poison on all of her strong attacks and her normal attack except her second SA, which, as I explained, is a boost barrier with multi-barrier on her as well. Poise, just like all these other characters have so far with debilitators. So she also has team, party, captain, normal attack damage 20%. Definitely can be very useful in a lot of cases, but her just sheer auto power is very good. She is the best melee autoer in the entire game, without a doubt. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this Luna Rukia. She does have guard break. She does resist against freeze, so she cannot be frozen, which helps her dramatically in Guild Quest. She does have the booster skill, which gives her a 10% additional stats when she procs her boost on top of enhancer. So that's going to give her 40% extra defense when she pops her boost, as well as 40% attack and then focus. So she is, and she's ranged as well. So range, flurry character with guard break, and she has a boost, hit harder, and you know, give her team more survivability as well. And she is a range Rancor killer. She doesn't have any status elements to speak of, but she does get an additional 10% damage normally and 30% damage in Guild Quest. Fierce Battle Kisuke, one of the best autos in the game for a while. He does have range flurry with guard break and a barrier move, not multi-barrier, and it's not a boost. So I would definitely say a barrier is going to make you more protected in co-op over just a standard boost. So that's why personally for me, I have Kisuke over Tokinata. Make sure you guys weigh in and let me know what you guys feel about the decision. You know, he has a PvE killer, being a Rancor killer, no status elements, pretty cut and dry. Range, shield, flurry, guard break. Tokinata, he does have a boost mechanic with the transformation mechanic on his soul bomb that does reset his strong attacks once per quest. Pop the soul bomb, then that's going to give you a reset of all your cooldowns. He'll be able to boost once again, and he does have a lot better strong attacks than most of your flurry characters, and sometimes that does make a difference according to crowd control and him keeping enemies away. But he is still a god tier autoer for this game. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the PvP portion of the tier list, which did have to be edited according to, what you guys saw earlier. But here we are now. So the best character in the game for PvP is going to be this Bak. This guy does have Flurry +2, Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. He does come with the half damage normal attack up, as well as half damage reduction up, as well as 20% extra damage when one of his allies are killed. He does have paralysis on top of drain, booster, enhancer, so he gets that additional 10% efficiency on his boost. So he boosts the team 40% normal attack, 40% defense, and 40% focus. All those things go up. Neutral attribute being heart, so it's almost impossible to completely counter him without giving up additional damage yourself. That is one thing I would say about this Bak. He does not have Brave Battle Invincibility himself, so he can be outright countered by spiritual pressure based characters in a lot of cases. But what they really did was just open the meta up to being killed by spiritual pressure based characters if you do start barrier, pierce barrier on them. So this Koryashiki has absolutely busted broken stats and skills for PvP. He was the first one with half damage, normal attack up, and half damage reduction up, flurry +2, ignore brave battle invincibility. He doesn't have any status elements though, and he cannot be afflicted by weakening. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to Bankai Spritz for Witu Kenpachi. He prevent last ditch. He has Brave Battle counter, Flurry +2, Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. He does have Last Ditch of his own on top of Start Barrier. He can't be paralyzed or weakened. One of the best PP characters in the game. On top of that, he does have the insta-kill chance on his Soul Bomb. So if he does get that, your whole entire team is in danger, just being wiped out, no matter their health, no matter their attribute, no matter their killer. This Yamamoto is super hard countered by the Kenny for the most part. He doesn't have the Flurry +2, but he does have the Brave Battle Invincibility, and he ignores Brave Battle Invincibility. On top of him having weakening and burn, double status elements are always going to be that much better because people can't ignore both of your status elements in a lot of cases. But yeah, poise. He also does prevent brave battle healing too. Cannot be afflicted by drain or weakening, so that takes two of the best status elements off the table for him. Looking at this Tsukishima, he is a speed character with no affiliation. Characters don't really get countered super hard in PvP, meaning he can really only be countered by a technique character that has more transcendent to him. So he does have drain with the boost, and he does have Brave Battle temporary invincibility for 10 seconds. Of course, enhancer. That's how weaken defense with drain. So he is going to keep himself alive when he procs that status summon on you, and if he gets a soul bomb, he's going to pretty much heal himself to full, debilitate you for several seconds, and then get an easy kill. So you definitely don't want him getting the soul bomb if you're going against him. Jugram, the originator of the Brave Battle invincibility, also Brave Battle counter. This character was only possible to counter him with Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. Unlike characters that don't have Brave Battle Invincibility, he can never be countered by spiritual pressure based characters. So that's still a huge advantage that he has, and he is at the end of the day still one of the better PvP characters, depending on what color or attribute the person is using. Like if they're using a Koryashiki, who was the best PvP character in the game right before this Yamamoto came out, then Jugram can still beat up a Koryashiki simply because of attribute advantage on his side and disadvantage on Koryashiki's side. This Oiko, man, he's actually really good in PvP, but he's actually too niche. He mainly thrives against Captain. He has a chance to dodge 50% of any damage dealt to him by a Captain. So he does have that going for him, and he also has the counterattack skill, which is each time he dodges someone, he's going to just shoot back 150% of the damage that he was afflicted. So very good. He does have long reach too, which does help, but at the higher levels of PvP, man, you're both slashing on each other, so long reach isn't really going to make that big of a difference. He does have half stamina, increased normal attack damage 30%. He does also have Brave Battle counter, and he does have weakening resistance. But that was the list. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers. Or on this video, if you like this, if you enjoyed the content, if you want to support me, make sure you go ahead and smack the like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Bleach Base Souls content. Hopefully I see you guys next video. Until next time, Prophet Nation, do love y'all. How
I'll make a way. All them people done died.